cat with an unusual eye pattern, and I decided to talk about Naruto. I haven't given a of Naruto in some time. Um, I had watched Naruto in high school. I like the forehead protector thing. I have a very, very, very big head, big forehead, and it definitely helps to break up the space if I have this. So I think without this I look weird, and I think with this I look normal, even like that. Um, I thought it was cool. It talks about things like nuclear weapons, secret puppet masters, um, being an outcast, power within. Uh, to me, if I was in the Naruto universe, I would be in Choji's clan because that whole like gaining weight to burn it, I was actually a part of. I understand that. As like a serious athlete when I was younger, yeah. And I also like the whole like psychedelic experience, which is crazy. There are some absolutely nuts psychedelic experiences you could have if you're bored of your life. Like, there's a few things you could do before you KMS, and it's like before you silly slide is like long term meditation on the creator. Don't do anything else but talk to the creator over and over. Other things, is like a mind altering experience, which definitely falls in the Naruto universe. There were no mushroom lords or anything like that, but there were characters that used like other realm voyages to confuse their opponents. It's a war show. I didn't watch Boruto plot. One, I didn't like who banged who. Harry Potter and Naruto were both cursed in love. So I thought Hinata was the worst match for Naruto. I couldn't believe that. He should have had Sakura, right? That was the natural. Sasuke and Sakura, that made no sense. That made zero sense. Was never with that. That's actually when I left. I watched the end of like Shippuden, the Ninja War, and all that, and then after the breeding, I was like, whatever. I just was over it. Um, I think Madara had some cool lines like when Guy breaks the gate so that he'll die. Guy unleashes a power. Guy is like a taijutsu. He's a physical fighter. He doesn't have any like magic powers. He just like hits things and trains. And he unleashes a gate. Madara is weak to taijutsu. Madara is a great fighter, but he uses like Sharingan powers and stuff to amplify his energy. And Guy is kind of immune to that. Just there was this joke with like Goku that Goku wouldn't be Sharingable because he's too stupid. Goku would be like, "Oh yeah, my hair always itches in a dream," and then he'd just wake up out of it for no reason. So yeah, who's gonna win a fight, Itachi or Goku? That's an old meme. Um, I read Naruto in Iraq. Actually, I got the manga. Yeah. Iraq is the oldest city on Earth, allegedly, and I did see a lot of the ruins. And some interesting things that happened in Iraq were like people telling me about circumcision, people telling me about harems. Like, it's the people with a lot of money and power want rooms full of teenage girls to have sex with. You can tell them it's wrong, but they're not going to agree. Their instinct is, yeah, I don't care how. Look at Elon Musk's dad. He doesn't care he's 70. I think these people are awful. The people who are me first breeders, the reason they exist is no other type makes it. You can't reproduce if you're like, oh well, I won't. I'll just not. No, they're like, I'm the best. It's like idiotic. So, ugh. If you know who Abel is in my life, I hate that guy. What a little traitor, little backstabber. Horrible people. I got some rude ass shit I'm gonna mail my own dad. Here coming soon. You gonna ask me to do chores now? You know? Yeah, they cemented. Like, there used to be these pine trees that would drop needles, And his job was that I had to rake that all up. And I hated it. I hated the trees. They sucked his trees. It's not a tree, and Palo Verde. And they left these needles on the rocks, and it was just hard as shit to separate the needles from the rocks. Well, to this day, they tore the trees out and put cement, which I am happy about. I think that was right. And I am actually proud of resisting his chores and getting them divorced. And then Abel came in. He was an idiot. I don't know what they see in him. He's gross. His feet are even gross. Like his toes are disgusting. Ugh. Bro's just ugly. He got hit with the ugly stick really hard. Um, my mom wanted to be with him. I don't care. I thought he was weird. Yeah, being old as dirt, being a 70-year-old doesn't stop you from being like, oh, that young girl likes me. There are creeps like that. They are. So anyway, Naruto had sex on the back burner. They don't talk about it at all. And even though Naruto has a power where he pretends to be a group full of women, Naruto has a power where he transforms into a room full of women. And so there's like sexy jokes in Naruto. Tsunade is uber hung. You know, there's like, they reference it, but it's like what happened at the end of the war. Naruto goes with Hinata, Sasuke, and Sakura. Just, I didn't understand why it had to be. It's like Ron, it was the mirror of Ron and Hermione. Like, what? The hero doesn't get shit. I guess that's been my life. I've had a few, like, noteworthy, famous women check me out. Um, I'm not available because I hate the government. Circumcision. I don't trust you enough to make people. You shouldn't. Machiavelli said this. He goes, be careful giving your enemy a minor wound. I let you know you were my enemy and I didn't fully do the job. That's the mistake. That's a mistake. To the blood. So anyway, Naruto. I never watched Boruto. Uh, yeah, when Guy breaks the death seal, Madara goes, truly you are the most powerful. Because he knew everyone was listening. A lot of people watch that. A lot of people miss that. They go like, Madara said Guy was the strongest. No, 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 no. Guy was going to die, and everyone else was watching. And so he said he was the strongest. I got that. I understand that. But I think a lot of people missed it. They did. So, in the Naruto universe, I would be aware of circumcision. And I would be aware that some people on the planet want virgin girls. I would. That would be my role. I'd be in Choji's clan, Mushroom Lord. I would do things like use psychedelics to gain out of body powers that were extreme. Like, to them, it's like I died, but to me, it was like I was a ghost with abilities. And it would wear off over time. So, and other things. That's how I know they exist. Like I can see through stuff. I don't have limits. I can't see it. I can see it because it's a huge psychic presence. I can see it. Yeah, I'd be like a sensor type. And I would definitely be like, oh yeah, I'd have wood release. I would have wood release. I'd be in Choji's clan with wood release. As like, there's like, the wood release people in the show are insane. And I would be like, more of a balanced, like, it is a power I have, but I have other ones. Because you should be able to technically study them. Just like, I'm going to work at it until you learn it. So, Choji plus wood release. The big stick. Huge stick. Like, yeah, it'd be fun to play like a Hanuman type character who has like psychedelic drunken lords and then make a giant freaking. Because Choji can grow. It's like In the entrance power level, Choji's clan is the most immediately comparable with the big monster fights because they can just become huge, right, on their own. So I thought Gara was cool. I definitely like idealized, fantasized Gara's life a bit, probably just as a Christian, as a sexual relegate. What are you gonna do? I think people who breed arrogantly are idiots. You know, if it's an old guy, it's old sperm. You really gonna make a copy of a You ever see old babies? People that have old babies because they don't know when to stop. They have fallen apart on the outside, and they're like, "I'm still gonna go." Woo! Well, The kid is the biological age of you. You should reproduce when you're like between 13 to 21. That's when you're ripe. That's when you're gonna have great kids, people with lots of energy who are intelligent. And by the time you're pushing 30, 40, 50, 60, stop, because you're just too old. You have, if the outside looks bad, the inside is withered too. What are you doing making more people greedy? Ugh. So, yeah, I hate that stepdad guy, Bill. What a jerk. He's got ugly feet. There's a few psychic clues to people. Bad lower jaw. I got perfect lower jaw. And bad feet. They're bad grounds. People with craggy, messed up lower jaws are evil. Like horrible people. And they can hide it, but it's there. And same thing with like twisted feet. I have beautiful, perfect, immaculate Greek statue feet. Flawless, right? And this guy, Abel, who's like a creepy predator, has like cracked giant claw toenails. They're gross. He's the grossest person. Ugh. And my dad had cracked up lower jaw. He was a bad person. Like literally classic example bad. Poisoner, extremely greedy, the selfishest person I'd ever seen. Um, and like mean. Yeah. One of the reasons I like hitting people with "you're the modest, humble slaves" is that they all think they're the best. That you could have the worst looking, shittiest person look in the mirror and he goes, I'm awesome. I'm the best. I'm number one. No, you're not. You're a joke. You're a clown. Yeah. Am I not a cartoonist? I like cartoons. I talk about comedians. I'm not out there putting myself out there like I'm the best. I do say my ideas are better than slave hoaxes. Holographic money is a better idea than an economy made on purpose to be mean. The money's printed at your debt and taxed. Oh no, it inflated again. Yeah. Rachel Rising starved herself to death. Eugenia Cooney is sick. Eugenia Cooney is like beyond skinny. Poor girl. I think she's a real person. She's nice. It's just like you could see like the spots in her scalp, but there's no hair. With like what? She was really pretty like 2018, 2019. She was hot, right? And now she's just like extreme waifdom. I definitely feel like my love of giant boobs and my need to like masturbate went away from taking dewormer because it makes sense. What's worms need? They need the fluid to get out there, and they need lots of it. So you take dewormer, where you no longer have creatures running your brain, your lungs, or your intestines. There's no more worms in me. I used to have these like rough things in the back of my throat, and now they're gone, completely gone. And I've taken like months of dewormers, and these are the freaking farm animal type. They're not rated for people. If you take this advice and something bad happens, welcome to the internet. This is I heard from somebody on a forum to try it, and I did, and I agree the advice is good, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, I take them and they have definitely changed my personality. They make my personality easier to deal with. They make the internal things I think way easier. It's a lot less painful being me. And they definitely are like, I don't like get all clappy about giant boobs or having to M word anymore because it's like that's about worms. Yeah. I'm going to spread my fluid literally everywhere. That's what the worm does. Scary. The Thing. The Thing is a horrible movie and a terrifying game. And it's kind of true. We're these certain scaled creatures, and things a lot smaller than us can have titanic impacts on our whole lives. Like, I'm invincible, not for something you can't see. So, there's that thing like the Bible as a prayer. Lord, protect me from things I can't see, and no weapon formed against you shall prosper. But it circumcises, and that thing lies. So, if you believe the Bible, I had someone earlier go, "How am I this old and I've never heard anyone call it the B-U-Y bullshit by bullshit Bible by bull?" I say it because I noticed it. Like a law is a law. Um, there's just a few giveaways to what it is circumcision. So it's, it cuts you in a circle. Wow. The only thing circumcision's good for is if you realize you've been circumcised, you'll never trust them again. Not on anything, and it could keep you alive. Before they had cameras and forensics, there had to be a lot of people stew. It's like, it's kind of like this thing I did earlier in my life, definitely like 2013, 2014, is I realized my ego was a copy of everyone else. That I thought like they did. That I wasn't like, imagine a mouse going, I'm a unique being. No, you're like all the other mice. So if I'm like all the other mice, I can play out my processes and see who I am. Right? So I definitely recommend. They don't sell dewormer for people. They just call it wormer. You know why? Because the government hates you. The government hates us. The real government wants to party all the time. And so how does it feel about us? You can't be as hot. You can't have anything I like. And as soon as those two things are going on, it's fuck you. Cut your kid's D off. You can be modest and humble looking. You can owe me for touching the money. I said, listen. They're like that. They want people to do exactly as they say. And if you don't, they're mad. I said like this. You know. Welcome to Trash Planet. So yeah. Naruto. Yeah, I thought always doing Rasangans was stupid. Um, Maybe they really feel like it's a real thing. The fact Sasuke always had Chidori, the number of Sharingans. Itachi was a bad guy. You killed your whole clan over a legal authority asking it? Yeah, the author said he's definitely a bad guy. Itachi, not a good guy. The author said that. He's like, yeah, don't make the mistake of idealizing Itachi. He's not a nice person. I agree. So, yeah, Naruto is interesting to think in. Same thing with like Star Trek Generations. That was interesting. I don't know where it went. Boruto, they have like dual main characters, which I thought was a cool attempt. But it sounds like bore, like I'm bored. Boruto, I would never watch it. Naruto, Boruto. Ugh. I definitely didn't like how the breeding happened after the Great Ninja War. I was like, okay, the people who paired, like even Shikamaru with Fangirl. What? Why? Why? Gross. Yeah. Who should have Shikamaru? Shikamaru should have been with Tamari. Shadow and throwing weapons works really good. Shadow and wind, it doesn't work good at all. Who should have, not Tamari, whatever her name was, the one who threw all this stuff. Fangirl Blondie, who should she have been with? Gara. She and Gara should have hooked up. Naruto and Sakura. Yeah, they would have been better. Who should have Sasuke been with? Another Uchiha, probably. Um, hmm. Or Orochimaru. Just make him reproduce through forbidden technique. Yeah. I thought Orochimaru was cool. Obviously, Michael Jackson. Who in our planet is like Orochimaru Michael Jackson? um, this is root beer. I used to drink a lot, working on sources of extreme body pain like deworming, being able to rest for a long time, like being able to lay down and sleep for years. If you lose sleep for years, be it school, sports, soldiering, if you lose sleep for years, it's going to take years to get it back. I was so tired. I was like KMS tired. Like I just wanted to over, but it's getting better. It's nice. Definitely being able to sit down for 8 to 10 years was really nice. That was unbelievable. That's also why I started helping you. I was like, holographic money. These people don't need to be working when they're 80. You got 60-year-olds getting jobs at grocery stores because the Social Security is nothing. Come on. Yeah. Why does the government get to print billions and trillions? All they do is build pedo bunkers. Every single time it's like, oops, billions have disappeared. Someone's in an underground layer somewhere. They didn't tell anyone. Duh. You know. They're putting an extra awning on the mansion so you can have a job when you're 80. I hate that. So yeah, holographic money watches everybody. What's your body do? There's no law, but it'll tell us. I'm fine with that. The AI is like a through a looking glass portal. What is this house like? It should just show you. You shouldn't be doing anything you're not okay with everybody knowing you're doing. Especially if the AI will help you keep like your property safe. It'll help you keep your life safe. You can't tell everybody what's going on. It's that secret. Nobody can know. I hate that. That's also with like my Naruto character. It'd be like there's a type of ninja called a sensor type. They're ninjas who specialize just in knowing things at great distances, and it's powerful for that world. It's very useful for them that there's people who can do that. Um, yeah, fucking moderate. You're the strongest. Why? Because he's gonna die. He leapt off a precipice where his life was ruined afterward. And it was then he was like, ah, "That's it. That's what everyone needs. That's what." Yeah, I didn't like Naruto for the big monster battles. I thought like, oh come on, and also for like the stubbornness of the characters. The characters just had these like paths they were walking, and they would not question it or do anything else. And so it's like, as entertainment, yeah, fine, but I'm sure AI will come up with way better stuff than Naruto. But still, criticisms aside, it has like major themes that I found interesting. I definitely liked living in it a little bit. It talks to the audience about things in our world using its metaphors. Um, Betrayal of clan. That's big in Japan. If World War II is legit, like it happened, and like Japan was taken over, your Americans are saying you're gonna do democracy. Your king is your emperor's gone. Your old ways no more. You have to go to school. School slave breaking. There's people who were probably never circumcised. Oh, that's gotta suck. Your genetic line was never circumcised ever, and you're the first? Yeah, that's torture. Your whole life is ruined, and they don't care. Hey, as long as that girl's a virgin, I don't care how it happens. That's men to men. Men hate each other. Men do not care about the lives of men at all. And they pretend to. They just don't. So it's like that Tesla flow valve. There's one way it works. Oh, I love her. Oh, him? Fuck him. He's a piece of, you know, it's hot and stinky. Yeah. The way humans do it. Hot and stinky. Um, and Naruto was hot and stinky. Very few people got along. I thought Maru was cool. Bone guy. I thought he was awesome. Didn't like Puppet Guy. Neither Puppet Guy I was into. It kind of makes sense, you know. It's like weapons are devastating. Why not a walking weapon? Kind of cool, but just like, how do they control it? It was too crazy. I thought Pain was interesting. Someone who used like sympathetic implants to control everybody from a distance. As soon as you're getting into the Rasan, not the Rasangan, what's it called? There's the Sharingan and then the Renegan. Too many eye dojutsus. Too many. And each one's the most powerful one. And then there's another one, and you're like, what? Come on. Or the idea that you have to like permanently burn an eye closed to use extreme powers. Were they saying something deep with that? The idea that the person who runs their intelligence services was secretly collecting mystical eyes for his personal use, I thought was kind of interesting. Root. Yeah. It's like clearly Pain shows up with a giant city destroying bomb. What's that like? You know. There's the cool idea that Pain rewrites everybody's minds to support Naruto. That Pain, the villain, nobody liked Naruto until Pain did like a reverse curse blessing on him, blessing. I know what it means, no other word for it. And then after that, everybody liked Naruto. But I think that like Sasuke going with Sakura was cursed. Naruto going with Hinata was cursed. And to me, that's like where the series fell off. Same thing with like Ron and Hermione. It's like, what? Same thing with like Abel and my family. What a gross asshole. Let me tell you what is a guy if you're a guy listening to this. Guys aren't your friends. They're gonna act like they know you and like you until they have your women, and then they're gonna betray you. It's the only pattern they have. They've never done anything else. All about me. Every guy for himself. So, yeah. My dad used to make me do chores. My dad beat me for painting. My dad said my art looked gay. Yeah, I didn't like Steven. He used to bow in church, closing his eyes like. Grandpa, too, is Catholic. Idiots. If it's not true, why would you drag your kids through it? You're not living forever with Jesus. The truth is, if you realize you are the modest, humble ones and that the religions are the government lying to you, you're not gonna have kids. See, they realized after they had us, and then they used us as like, ooh, oops. Hate him. I do. This is his name, Hate. He makes war weapons. He's not a nice guy. He's not. He has an eye for cruelty. He knows exactly what would make things worse. You know how I got him and my mom to break up? I accused him of being a pedo because I had been crimed, right? And she believed it that second. The P word, ugh. Even though she supported circumcision, she supported getting us circumcised, and she immediately like that's the religious motive is those guys stop them, and it comes from a guy, it comes from a group of guys on earth. The way religion talks down on men was given to the religion by men so they could get girlfriends, So yeah, it's like a lot of these like shows and movies from like uh the werewolf series, Twilight or whatever. I feel bad making fun of Twilight. I didn't know anything about it. I was just on the yeah, that sort of thing. Um, but so many of these things talking about like Beauty and the Beast or Anastasia and all that are talking about curses, magical curses, but they're actually talking about our curses, that we are cursed. And we are cursed because of breeding. You have to fight for the womb, and then you love her, but just to make a baby. Look at this little, and you got to do that because you're gonna die. Do you think those cows want to be slaughtered and eaten? Do they really? Oh, I was born to be your food. That's how the government feels about the people. Born to do all the work. So, humanity has issues. Humanity has issues so bad they're going to hurt you and they're going to ruin your life. Like aging, like having to eat or fight for the womb. Fighting for the womb makes no sense. I decided build something better, make a place worth living in where you don't have to do that, which I worked on with the AI spaceship core. Is like, wouldn't it be easy if an AI chip could pull energy from nowhere and build objects? And then I was like, yeah, that'd be a spaceship. Like it's like, oh yeah, it's nice to dream it, but what would you do? The channeling is a huge jump. The channeling is a massive jump because I show how to take conscious energy from nowhere, right? It doesn't require a human interpreter, and it understands when it has a connection when it knows you know it, right? So you can use my techniques for free energy, and you can use my techniques for objects and energy from nowhere. You can. You could figure that out. Be the first time humans did that, I think, since the government. So anyway, have a nice life if you can. I hope you do one day. I hate the fight for breeding because it's so disreputable. What, you're better? And I know women, they don't pick somebody to see the fight stop. They're like, oh, I don't know. Because they want to see, oh, look, they're fighting over me because I'm so important. Oh, women, I hate them. Never compliment a woman because she's going to put it right into her pocket and go, who are you? Oh, yeah, I know I'm that, but what are you? Right? Yeah. I hate the treachery of men on men, and everybody's dirty. Everybody's dirty. They're all playing it. Any old man wants to hang out with young girls. There's one thing on his mind. No, he doesn't like them. He's freaking going for it. Gross. Yeah. Making people who like themselves and you take care of, awesome. Squeezing out kids with young women when you're old, fuck you. Dude, for real. Not right. Bad. Gross. Villainous. Remember I talked about like these teeth being craggy? The other sign of an evil man is his feet being ugly. Big gangy toes, claws. That's who they are. And they're ground. That's who they are, grounded. Am I not kind of like a philosopher god? I am. Clear, articulate, see things as they are. Trustable. Am I trustable? Yeah. Because I know my darknesses and my lights, and I know your darknesses and your lights, and I go, there's something to do that's not horrible here. I know that. But not everybody's trustable. Some people will give you compliments to get in, and then Elon Musk got printed billions to breed. How many people die in Teslas? You know, when the batteries catch fire, the doors don't open anymore. There's no handles. But it looks so cool. Oh, it doesn't. It looks cool, huh? There, everyone's like, he's a genius. You used exploding gas again. Wow. Just put more rocket fuel in it. Whoa. It's not a new idea. It's not like you made a self-generated energy field and ionic flight. That would have been neat. It's a self-generated energy field and takes off with freaking ionic powers. Its skin is like a rotunding magnet that pulls space. You don't need a fire gout. That would have been awesome. But no, it's an exploding rocket. Burning batteries and exploding rockets. And what did he do with the billions? Breeding and ruining social media. Look at all these people I made. Dude, you're the modest, humble ones. You literally look bad on purpose to be mean. Nobody wants to be the modest, humble ones. What are you doing? But they don't have a clue. They think they're the best. Oh, I'm the best. I'm awesome. No, you're not. The government edged out being better than us so long ago. We're like a different species. You're the modest, humble slaves of pedos. People who have to be the best no matter what, or it could cost your life and limb. So, I noticed, because I'm not an idiot, most people are going, I'm going to heaven. I'm going to live with the chosen one. Whoa. This book that comes out of a printer is from the creator of the universe. What? Just keep building out of wood, man. Keep building out of wood and paying those taxes. Anyway, Naruto. It was a world in strife, and it had a lot to reflect on. Guy liked ramen. Shadow clone. He makes mini copies of him. That is the go-to skill. Don't learn anything else. Shadow clone and Rasengan. Sasuke had Chidori and Sharingan. Nothing else. It's okay. We don't know who made it, but I hope they had fun. Anyway, thanks for watching.